So, John, talk to me about your fascination with statistics.
Well, ever since I was a high school athlete, I naturally became very competitive. Uh, Always wanted to win fairly, but I was always interested in uh, the person who did the best. I always wanted to be one who did the best, and so I became very interested in records. I wanted to know who had the most this and that, and I wanted to know how many records Babe Ruth had and everybody, and it was just something that I just loved to do.
When someone sets a record or they say, oh, yeah, that's one for the record books, talk to me about that.
Yeah, well, I call that the big lie because for hundreds of years, the sports world has been telling us that every time a player creates a record, he goes into the record book. And I wanted to get my hands on that record book because I love records so much. The only problem was I could never find a book that had the records in it. So I called up the Baseball Hall of Fame and I spoke to the librarian there and asked her to get that book for me. And she started to laugh. Actually, it was a he, saying, John, that book does not exist. It's only a figure of speech. And if you want to ever have a book like that, you're going to have to do the research yourself. And so, to make a long story short, I did. It took me 5 years to do the research. And at that time, I had every record of every player in baseball history. And the only person in the world who has that information